holiday releases for 2025 new makeup. We're going to go ahead and do a look. I'm really excited about it, and the new advent calendar. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of an unboxing, create a new look, and see what these new holiday releases are about. The palettes are beautiful. Mine didn't come in yet, but here is one that is on the screen. And it's just the whole mood of the whole collection right now. I'm loving holiday releases that we're gonna go ahead and go over. I have them right here. I'm excited. We're gonna do a makeup look with them. I'm gonna swatch the advent calendar, which the advent calendar is so beautiful, guys. This is what the advent calendar actually looks like. But let's go ahead and create this makeup look first. So the makeup look, and we're going to be going over the releases too. It is going to have the inspiration of this cute little bundle that they have for 2025 holiday releases, and it has the color Sadie in it. Dream as one of the eyeshadows was like a limited edition one, and then Cranberry. Cranberry is back. It's one of the ones that were taken away, but I'm so glad it's back in this little set. So this is what we're going to be using today. So skin is already prepped. That's like the most important part, is just to make sure that the skin is prepped and ready to go. I'm going to go in with my custom all-in-one makeup palette. I'm just going to go ahead and apply it with my fingers today, mixing the highlight shades, which are my brightening shades. I'm going to just go in and kind of apply just a little bit with my fingers, not too much. So this is like the 3D foundation part, where I am creating like my custom foundation pretty much with cream. And cream just, it looks so much better on the skin. It moves a lot better on the skin. It looks more natural, and it's not weighed down. So I'm not pressing and putting on too much. It's like just enough. And then there we go. So it's just a little bit, not too much. I think some people put on too much product. Don't put on a lot, because you can always go back in and put in more if you actually need to, okay? So next I'm going to go in with my main highlight. I'm going to use these two darker ones here and mix them together and put it in these areas. Now, mind you, I have a little bit of pigmentation, not too much. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that on like so, and just go across. Just like that. And I'm not digging into my product either. Some people tend to think that they have to put a lot on to get the coverage with this makeup, and you don't. So as I'm just putting this on, I'm literally just like kind of slapping it on. And let me make sure I put on the right colors, because I kind of mixed my colors up a little bit. And put some on this side. I'm like starting to lose my summer tan, so that's why I like this, because then I can bounce and mix colors. All right, so next one I'm going to go ahead and put on is my contour, and I'm just going to slap that on with my fingers, and we're going to blend it out. And then I'm going to show you too how you can go in and add where you need like a little bit more coverage, because this is how you can get your makeup to look really nice, especially if you're one that's not really that great at applying makeup. When you learn how to just less is more, skin prep is like your best friend. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit down here on my nose. I'm actually gonna go back in with a brush and do my nose when I get to it and blend it out. All right, so we have it here. I'm gonna go and use my setting spray. I'm gonna take the detail brush and blend out with that. I want to use the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, but I'm just going to use the Danessa one. And I'm going to spray the brush just a little bit, and then I'm going to go blend. So spray the brush, and then I'm going to start to actually go and blend it out. So I'm just going to tap and start blending, and don't drag the makeup. A lot of people like tend to drag. Some people you might see that they're dragging their foundation, and it depends on, I guess, what type of foundation you're using to do that. With this and the cream, you don't want to do that. Okay, don't drag it. Usually, if you're dragging it and you're like any foundation really, and you're like, oh, my makeup, it just looks so streaky. A, you probably put on too much, and B, you're dragging it, so it's going to look streaky, okay? So I'm really just like kind of pressing it in, starting with the lighter colors, and then the darker colors I'll do last. And then when you spray with the setting spray, it helps you to blend it. It also helps you to lock it and have a little bit more control over your longevity through the day. But since my makeup it does pretty well now that my skincare routine is kind of on point, I really don't have to worry about it as much anymore. Okay, so I can blend out the nose, and then I'm left with the contour on the face. So just with this contour, I'm just going to go and kind of blend it out. And I'm still kind of just like tapping and blending. And on the forehead, you want to tap and blend that going back into the hairline. And then bring the brush up here where you had the highlight shades, the lighter ones, and blend that back too. That way you don't have an arch rainbow going across the head. And then I'm going to tap out and blend the contour here, blend it in the direction I want it to go, and then do the same thing to the other side. And I'm just tapping and blending. The tapping technique really does help to blend it because you're moving the product around. Okay, and then the sides of the nose like this. Okay, so I got it on. All right. So this is what a lot of y'all look like when you're doing your makeup and you got it on, because you're scared to put on like too much product, and it's not a bad thing. So you can always go back in and apply where you need it. Now remember, I put it on with my fingers, and I didn't really press hard and do it, and I just put it in the places where it's supposed to go and blended it out. When you get more comfortable with it, you'll get the hang of it and understand like how much pressure you can put on. But I do like the brush method a lot better. So using a detail brush, you can look at your face and like kind of apply a little bit more or where you want more product or coverage. So if I want more in here, I can apply it more. You see how me picking it up and I'm doing it light, how it deposited differently, right? Yes, that's what I like. So I'm just going to go in and like kind of press, blend it going up, and the same on this side, and then blend going up. With contour, I'm not afraid of the contour, but I'm actually going to put a little bit more on. I'm going to do it with the brush. I'm going to put some more on, and then I'm actually going to put some bronzer on too. So the bronzer, I'm not going to put on up as high. I'm going to put the bronzer down a little bit lower, say, and then the contours up higher, right? I'll put some bronzer in here, okay? And then the contour, I'm just going to show you. The contour was up here, which I need to melt that 10. And then you're going to blend that together. So if you want to go back and forth and blend the forehead usually doesn't have a whole bunch of texture. And like kind of blend it back like that. You see how those just like warm it up? And then just go and tap like this. And then tap under the eye. So it's better, you see how it's better just to go ahead and put it where you want it. When you first start applying it, just apply it into the places where it shows you on the guide to apply it. And then you'll see that makeup's not so scary. And this makeup's actually really it's really super easy to use. Okay, so I got some where I want it, okay? And then the nose contour, I'm going to actually go in with this brush here. This brush is the bright brush. And with this brush, this is what I typically like to do my nose contour with. So I'm going to take the smaller end and then go in with my nose contour And because this is such a really good cream product, everything blends out really nice. So I'm going to sweep that into my eye like that. And then angle the nose. If you have wide nostrils, you can do the sides. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the brightening highlight here and come right in the middle. Like this. And then you can just like blend it out. So I'm just going to blend it out with that detail brush and sweep it into the eye. I'm using like the side of the detail brush, I guess, and just kind of blend it out. And then you can type your brightening highlight on the sides. Okay. And it looks pretty. I don't remember what colors I have in the back of this palette. We're about to find out though. Okay. So, all right. So we have, that's your base. The base is really easy. That should take you probably like 2 to 3 minutes just to do your base. Okay. It's always going to take me longer when I'm explaining it to you. All right. So in the second side of the palette, I have my lip and cheek colors. So I'm glad I have Royal in here. So we have these colors. I am going to use the new one that we have set today. And this is Sadie. Sadie is kind of light. You can see it's kind of like plummy a little bit. It's kind of a little light. And then we have Cranberry and Dream. So these ones are going to be really, really good. So let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and apply the blush first. I want you to see, like you see how this is kind of shiny? So it's not going to go on very heavy, like at all. And it's not going to be super, super pigmented, but you see how it's like not going to show up on my skin? This one is more so better for the lips than it is for like the cheek. You see that? Be like, no, no, ma'am. Okay. Even when I blend it out, it's just not enough. This is why, like, this is a really pretty color. And it's like, oh, that's so pretty. That's what I want it to show up. When you're working with cream and really any type of makeup, usually 9 times out of 10, it's not going to show up. Like once you put it on and blend it out, it's never going to show up that color. So keep that in mind. I say that to say, don't be afraid of dark and really bold colors, okay? So I am going to take Royal and I'm going to put that on my cheeks, okay? And I can mix those two colors together now. And Royal is like glossy finish. It's not a matte finish, okay? And then I can just go and blend it out. Put that on my lips. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Sadie, which Sadie is really pretty. It's just more, yes, you can use it on the cheeks and the lips, but it's more for the lips. Okay. So I'm going to use the shape brush. I'm just going to use different brushes today. You can do everything with one brush, but I'm going to use different brushes. And I'm just going to go in and kind of blend it out. And then if you need to add like a little bit more, you can always add a little bit more. You can pick it up very lightly and kind of just like blend that out and blend that on. Okay, so this is what Royal looks like. Very similar to Black Cherry, which we have in the lipstick, which I'm going to be showing you that today. And if you want to add like a little bit of Sadie, you can. Okay. So don't be afraid to mix and match your colors. Just know if you're picking a color that's light, and if it's like a gloss, the semi-gloss have a lot more pigment, but it's always going to show up light. Okay, it's never going to be the same exact color. You want something that has more pigment to show up the same exact color. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to leave the lips for last. I usually don't. I usually go right into the lips. But let's go ahead and do a little bit with the eyes. So with the eyes, because we're going to use these two eyeshadows here, I'm going to do a base on the eyes, which I'm just going to use the highlights in my palette. Doesn't matter which one. The lighter you go, the more pigment that you're gonna be able to see with whatever color you're putting on. But I'm just gonna take my highlights and kind of blend it out. And then I'm gonna go in and apply it. Oh, thank you. Okay. And just kind of put that all over the lid like that. And then take a little bit of Dream, because Dream is like a really pretty color. And I'm going to kind of just set it with Dream all over. So tap all the excess. And then I'm going to set it all over. Now Dream, I like this one because it's a really pretty type of taupe nude color. So it's really good at either blending colors together, or if you're lighter than me, it'll give you a little bit more of a contour definition when you put it on. If you're my color or darker than me, it works well to blend other colors together, but I'm just using it to kind of set that shadow down like this. Okay, so it's just like very, very natural, very plain looking. Okay, we're going to use some of the colors in the other palette just to kind of dress it up, but I want you to see what these colors look like. Okay, so this is Cranberry. Cranberry was like one of my favorite colors, and I was heartbroken when it left, but I'm happy that it came back. So this is what it looks like, and I'm just going to kind of sweep that all over the eyelid, kind of just staying in the middle part of the eye and putting that on. And just kind of like tap it on where I want it to go, like that. So I'm not doing the whole eyelid. I'm just staying kind of in the center part where the eye kind of rounds is where I'm staying at. Okay. So that's what Dream and Cranberry look like together, but we're going to pretend that it's already, like I've built my palette and it's in this palette right here, and I'm going to use one of these other colors. Okay, so we're going to use one of the other colors. I'm first going to go in with Cocoa. That's this darker one. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it kind of on the end over on this area. And I'm just going to kind of flick it going up that way, but staying kind of close to the lash line. And do the same thing on the other side. So I'm kind of just staying. I love Cocoa. It's so pretty. And there's so much you can do with this. Like color, it's just like, it's a staple piece color that should be in your palette when you build it. It definitely should. Okay, so we're just leaving it over here. We're going to make sure it's nice and blended, and you're going to use Dream to make sure it stays blended. Okay, so blend, like when you're blending it, and I'm going to show you in a second, Dream is one of those, remember those colors that's really light. You use it as a transition shade to blend your colors with. You see how like pretty that looks? And then we can take a little bit of Cocoa on the bottom lash line, which I'm going to open so I can see here. And using the spot brush, okay, that's the brush I'm using. I had the bright brush earlier, now I'm using the spot brush. Those are the two brushes I tend to go ahead and use, is the bright brush and the spot brush all the time, to go ahead and do my makeup with when I do my eyeshadow. So I color correct with these two brushes. If I'm doing no makeup with correctors, I use those two brushes. And then I do eyeshadow with those two brushes. That would be the bright brush, right just here, and then the spot brush. These two. You're gonna use them a lot because I use those all the time. People always ask me, what brushes is that? Okay, so same thing. I'm just taking a little bit of cocoa on the bottom lash line. The lash line, not the waterline. So it's on the skin underneath, kind of. Okay. And then we're going to use Dream. Dream is in this little set. That's part of the holiday set. We're going to use Dream, which is this one right here. And I'm going to make sure that this is cleaned up with that color. Okay. So remember, Dream is one of those limited edition colors. So we're going to go in and lightly just kind of make sure it's nice and blended. So I'm going right over top of cocoa, but kind of blending out to make sure I don't have a harsh line. Okay. And that it doesn't look crazy. All right. So those are the eyes. Want to make sure that you don't have any under like powder or eyeshadow underneath. Typically, like with a just simple eyeshadow look like this, that's not like a smoky eye or anything like that. I don't get in, I do my eyeshadow after I do my base. If I'm doing smoky eye, I'm gonna do my base and stuff first because I probably will have more fallout because it's darker colors and it's more precise. So do your eyeshadow first if you're one that tends to like jack up your eyes. And if not, just make sure if you're doing your base and you're picking up your eyeshadow that you're tapping off the excess every single time, okay? So what I'm going to do now is just do a little bit of cleanup. And all this is going to do is create lift. So before I think about adding any more product, the detail brush, this brush that I went in with, I'm just going to go ahead and tap going upward like this, because that is going to help me clean up and create lift without adding more product. And then if I need to add a little bit more to make it more precise or just to add for a little bit more coverage, I can. And then that's all I do, which I don't think I need to. I think it's pretty clean. Yeah. Now, if you want it to be more precise, you can go in, pick up a little bit of your brightening highlight, and kind of clean that up, like create the line and then just tap and clean it up. And you see how this is like more precise? You can do that. Just don't pick up a lot. You do not need to see the makeup whenever you put it on. Just like, that's more than enough. That's more than enough. It's fine. Because sometimes we tend to just put too much on, or we see other people put it on and it's just a lot. And honestly, it's not necessary to put that much on. Okay, I don't want to waste, so I'm going to put the rest in my inner corner right here and bring it alongside my nose. Okay. All right, so we got that on. All right, so this is pretty much the base of the look, okay? Using the holiday release, which holiday releases are on the 18th, okay? I'll make sure I go ahead and post about it. But this is like a very safe, a very neutral and safe one for you to use. Let me show you what Sadie looks like on the lips and what I was saying about it not being like on the cheeks, it's great. But if you're brown, it's not showing up, so you need to mix it with another color. But let me show you what it looks like on the lips. So I'm going to take this brush right here, which this is the multitasker brush. And this is the brush that I do my lips with all of the time. So I'm going to use a small end of the multitasker brush. And then I'm going to go ahead and line my lips using my contour. So I just kind of tap into my contour and then apply it with my multitasker brush. And you don't need to put it on heavy, but this makes it so much easier when you're doing your makeup that you can just like build the makeup palette, flip back and forth to what colors you're needing instead of digging through a bag and a drawer and a makeup box or your vanity. Okay, so I lightly lined it. I'm being very strategic because I want you to see that you don't need a lot of product, and doing light layers always is going to land you right when you're doing your makeup. Okay. All right. Pretending that this is inside that palette, but this is like the holiday release. We're going to take Sadie and I'm going to use the bigger end and put it on the lips. What do you think? It's pretty, isn't it? Oh, yeah. It's pretty, right? And just kind of like blend it out. Now, do you see what I mean? You like blend it out. It looks really pretty. It's just too light for the cheeks. Okay? I need more color in my cheeks. So, it's just, and my cheeks, like for me, I like a lot more blush than this. So I'm being really nice, but I'm gonna just put a little bit more back here. And this is royal, and I'm just gonna put it on the back end, and then I'm gonna blend it out. So it's not super scary, okay? You're just gonna put it on and then tap and blend it out. It is so pretty. I love this color. But yeah, Sadie is like she's perfect on the lips. Like she just like, ugh, I need no introduction. She's like really pretty on the lips. And then just tap. Ah, that's better. For me, I'm just like I'm a person that I like a lot of blush. If you don't like a lot of blush, you can just leave it like I had it originally, not have to worry about that or anything, and just be done with it and you'll be fine. Let's see. So, there we Oh, there we go. There we go. This looks really pretty. Okay, so this is just very light layers. Put it on. I'm gonna go ahead and spray with the setting spray. I'm not gonna do a whole bunch because I don't want it to take away from the dewiness. Okay, because this Vanessa Merrick, it will take away from the dewiness. But I do love, 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 love that this setting spray. So I'm gonna just spray a little bit. Okay, that's it. Because usually I like to go ham. Okay, I do. I go ham with the setting spray. And that's probably the thing that you're not doing. If you might make sure you have the right setting spray, first of all, and then make sure you use your setting spray. Be generous with your setting spray. Okay? Your setting routine makes the biggest difference. Okay. So I just did a little bit. I might do some more like towards the end. All right, so I'm one that's really big with going in and like setting with powders. Okay. And I didn't do this before because I didn't want to confuse people, but I do like to set with powders. Okay. So for the blush, because I want to keep it that way, and what I like to do because I like to use my all-in-one custom makeup palette, there aren't powdered blushes, but I tend to use the eyeshadow. Okay, if I'm doing an eyeshadow look or I make sure I have eyeshadows in my palette when I customize it and build it that kind of look like blush colors. That's what I'm going to use to set it. And then bronzer, the whole 9 yards. So I'm going to start with the blush first. So I am going to use cranberry. Don't get don't get scared. So I'm going to take a little bit of cranberry. And you can do this with any of your blushes. Okay. And I'm going to start on the back. And this is kind of close to the color that we were going for when we put it on. So what does this do? It helps to like intensify your blush color, right? And then it also sets it at the same time, okay? So as a makeup artist, what I usually would do is I'd have like a whole palette of depotted blush, like powder blushes and liquid and cream brushes and all that kind of stuff. And I always like to use like liquid. I was using a lot of liquid back then, but liquids and creams and then set with powders. That's how it's going to last all day. It makes more sense to set with a powdered blush instead of setting that area with a powder. That's a translucent powder or a powder that matches your skin because then it takes away and pulls away color. I like to set with powder blush or in this case, eyeshadow. Okay. So there's a little trick for you. For bronzer, I am going to use the Dibs bronzer because that's like my favorite one to use if I have it in the drawer. Oh, this is the darker one. Okay, so we're going to be a little cautious. So this is the espresso. This is too dark for me right now. It's way too dark, but that's okay. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use the lighter side of it. So I already put bronzer on, but I don't want to put like too much on because this one is too dark. This is the one that I use in the summertime. This is not one that I would use right now, but I'm going to use it today. It's going to be light, and I'm going to set this area with a bronzer that's a powder bronzer. Okay. So everywhere that I would put the bronzer, that I've already put bronzer on because I put it on when I did the contour, remember? I'm just going to go in and go on top to set that bronzer. And do it really light. Because I just want to add a little bit of color. Yes, so I use like all my cream products, all my makeup, and then I have very little other products that you'll ever see me use, but Dibs, I love. The Dibs line is in Ulta. It's on Ulta. I think it's in Ulta. She also has her own website. I'll put all of the like the links and everything down below so that you guys have it, but this is what it looks like. This, I'm like, why? It's like, why Dibs? I like the formulation of this powder. Like, you get a lot of color, you get a lot of color payoff, you also get a lot of product, and the colors of this line are on point. Okay, there's a lot of big name brands out there, and they're great, and you know, people love them, makeup artists love them, and stuff like that. They're in there, and it's not it for me because I don't need a lot, and I don't need all the colors in the rainbow. I just need basics, and I have my powder basics that I just rinse and repeat, and Dibs is one of them. Okay, so I have that on. This is looking fabulous. Okay, we still have bronzer and not bronzer, powder, translucent powder. And then I gotta still do my brows because I'll do my brows after I do my powder because my skin is oily. I don't like to do them before that. So I'm gonna go in with my GR translucent powder and I just kind of tap it on here. Oh, this is the one that's almost empty, y'all. Give her a nice little spanking. All right, we're gonna have to open it because that's like how much I use it. And I'm just not willing to throw it away. I'm sorry. Let's just talk about what's not happening. All right, let me show you how to set your makeup using a translucent powder. because some people don't understand this concept and they're doing things wrong because they're doing monkey see, monkey do. If you have oily or combination skin, use a puff to go ahead and set your makeup. Okay. If you want dewy or you have dry to normal skin, you don't want it to look like it's mattified down, use a use a fluffy brush. Okay. So when you have a small fluffy brush, it's more controlled, it's better. All right. So with a puff, and I'm going to do this on one side, I picked up a little bit of product like this, disperse it on the back of the hand, and then you can go in and start to set it. Now, if you want to bake and leave it there, I'm going to just do like one half of my face so that you can see. You can bake and leave it there. But I'm just going to go in the center. And then whatever's on the back of my hand at this point and on this puff and on my face, then I'm going to take it under the eye, because you really don't need a whole bunch of powder under the eye to set the under eye. You need to let the under eye breathe a little bit and let it look like skin and very minimal powder. Okay. So oily combinations, then use a puff to do your setting. If you want dew and you have oily combination skin, or you have dry skin or normal skin and you don't want a whole bunch of powder, but you want to use powder to help with the, transfer and stuff like that, use a fluffy brush, and you don't need a lot of product on it. So you would pick up a little bit of your powder, tap off the excess, okay, and then go in and lightly set. And I'll show you the difference because it makes a difference on your face. Okay. And I can pick up a little bit more. I'm just kind of dusting it on. Okay. So from this side, you see how this is like more matte? It's more matte. It looks like I have maybe a fuller coverage on this side of my face. And a lot of times this might look heavy to some people, right? But y'all just saw me do my makeup. I do not have a lot of product on my face at all, okay? But your setting routine and your products that you're choosing to use to set your makeup makes the difference all the way down to the tool that you're using, okay? So the tool and then the technique, which the technique is, tapping off the excess powder or diffusing the powder so that you don't pack on a whole lot. If you want to go ahead and put it on there and let it bake, that is a different technique. You can put it on and go ahead and let it bake. But then you can see on this side, you see how the skin, like you can still see, oh, it's still really glowy. It looks beautiful, right? That's because we set with a brush. Okay? Big difference. Big difference. So this side, it still looks like skin, but it doesn't have, all the glow and the dewiness, okay? All right, I'm going to go in. I think I'm finally going to be done with this powder. And do the same thing to the other side really fast. And then I still got to do brows and mascara. Okay. What do y'all think of this look? I think it looks really pretty. All right. Very, very sophisticated, very elegant. I like it. Very elegant. So yeah, baking. When you're baking, it's just like, when you see people have the powder that sits on their face, and that's technically a technique that is used by people that are wanting a fuller coverage, okay? And they're usually going to be combo or have oily skin if they're doing a baking technique, okay? Which is more than likely usually done with a puff, but you can go ahead and do that with a beauty blender or even a denser brush, a brush that's less fluffy, to go ahead and put that powder on to let it sit on the face. All right, so now we're gonna do a little bit of brows. I gotta do my beauty mark, put on mascara. That does make a difference. So I'm gonna go in with the Benefits Roller Liner. I love this eyeliner. It's just like, it's so good. So I just like to go and darken back my little beauty mark. And then I like to tap on it so then it doesn't look like I have a black boogie on my face. So it doesn't look too dark. Okay. And then I don't think I'm going to do anything else with that today. I'm not going to do like a wing eyeliner or anything. We're just going to let it sit. Okay. Now with the Brow Blade by Urban Decay, there's two sides. They have a felt pen side. Is this one dried out? No. Okay. And then the crayon side. So I'm going to go ahead and use the crayon side and I'm just going to fill in my brows. So my brows are microbladed. So I just go and like kind of clean them up and fill them in. And I usually start from the base and just do like little strokes and just fill in where the brows typically would be if it wasn't bald in those areas. Okay, so the same thing on this side. Just kind of fill it in. And I do like that. I don't do my brows first. I don't sculpt out my brows. I don't do any of that because I think it looks a little too harsh for makeup looks. Unless you're a person that likes to do it, that's completely up to you. Or if you like that really bold and full coverage look, that's fine. You can do that. But if you want it to be more natural, I tend to just like to do it this way. And I just kind of flick. But I got mine microbladed. This brow started to kind of bleed a little bit. However, that way it just took me too long to do my brows every single time. I just could not. Just make your brows look like twins and sisters. If you go and get them done, then like waxed or threaded, I prefer threaded. That'll help you to know exactly where you need to go ahead and fill in. It's easier whenever they're cleaned up. Okay. I like them to look a lot more natural than anything else. Okay. I would love to put a little bit more bronzer on, but I'm not going to because I'm afraid I'll make it look too dark because I have the espresso. That is my summer color. We're going to put her back in the drawer because she's definitely a summer color. All right, we're going to go in with a little bit of mascara. I'm going to use the Be Brave mascara. It's this one right here. And probably go in with another one on the top. We'll see how that goes. But we'll go ahead and just put it on. I'm not going to take forever because I will sit here all day and put mascara on because it's just, I don't know, makeup is like therapy, right? That's what they say anyway. And this one, I can tell it's like time to throw it away. Almost. But if I'm still getting like good curl out of it, I'm keeping it. But technically, when you get it, when you open it, 3 months from the time you open it, you should be throwing it away after 3 months and getting a new one. If you're using it, if you're not using it and it's been 6 months and it's still good, great. If not, throw it away if it seems like it's dried out and not really working, okay? So you see the difference? How just like mascara makes like the biggest difference. I don't do false lashes. I don't do any of that. I think it's just it takes too long and I sleep too crazy to do like lash extensions or even lashify or anything like that. My eyelashes always are wonky and look crazy. So I just grew my lashes out and that way I could just use mascaras and put that on. But well, bam. It makes a really big difference whenever you're doing it. Okay, we'll do the other side. And I think I'm gonna try to layer my mascara. So I've been really into lately layering my mascara when I put it on, only because I just want to try out new things. I like to layer it. I like to layer like lengthening and volume mascaras or lengthening and tubing mascaras together. Just formulations are different, just to see what kind of results that I get. And then I did try that new L'Oreal. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I think it works good. And then I don't know. I was like, maybe I used too much. But listen, 2025 is over. Going into 2026, we are glowing up. We are making sure we're taking care of our skin, growing our lashes out, all of the things. All right, I do want to try and see how this works. I'm probably going to be mad. This one is the L'Oreal Extensionalist mascara that came out. And it's a lengthening mascara. But I did put too much on the very first time I used it. But because my lashes are still wet from the other one, I want to try to use it to see if it kind of combs them out. Oh, okay. That did pretty. Okay. That did pretty. Okay. So I thought it was going to kind of clump on me. So this mascara is supposed to be like a lengthening mascara in curls. Okay. And I can feel that on this eye. I can feel my lashes are more curled, and these ones they're a little heavier because I can see them out of like my peripheral vision of my eye. So it does curl, because I remember when I did use it, probably the second or third time by itself, it was like, I was like, whoa, they were nice and curled. But this is the first time me using it and layering it with another mascara to see how it does. So she is pairing well. I like that. Because I was afraid she was going to get clumpy. But she didn't. And the lashes are giving falsies. Yay. Okay. Let's stop while we're ahead. Before we end up putting too much. Oh my gosh. It's like ba ba boom. I love it. Okay, what do you think? Y'all like this look? I like it. And it's not too scary with the blush. The blush is looking, it's pretty. But you see how, well, like I used a little bit of Royal and I put that on there and I blended it with Sadie and used that. And I also used Cranberry on my cheeks to set the blush so that it's set. So I used a little bit of Cranberry on the cheeks and as my powder setting. And then I just used my translucent powder, which is like all gone now, in my T-zone area only, and set my cream bronzer, which is in my palette, with a powder bronzer by Dips. Okay, so layering your makeup is going to help it to last a lot longer. Okay, and then I do want to go in and I'm going to go ahead and set with setting spray at the very end. And I'm just going to use a little bit of the Danessa, because Danessa can really, this stuff, I love it. I do a lot. Okay. And then we want that to dry down. I am going to put a little bit of illuminator on, but I'm going to let it, it's so natural looking and it's so beautiful. It looks so good. I'm very happy. I was a little scared. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. I'm like, I hope this is Ooh, because usually I like to do a trial on my face to see first, but I'm happy with it. I'm like, ooh, surprise myself. It turns out, usually it does turn out really good, and I usually don't have a bad day anymore. Okay, when you learn how to like less is more is a real thing, and focusing more on your skin care and skin prep, this is what happens. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the illuminator. This is the honey illuminator, and I'm gonna put a little bit on. So when you're putting illuminator on, this is how you apply illuminator. When you're putting it on, you want to be careful because if you have those eyes that are kind of like sunk in, you don't want to put it in there because then it's going to accentuate. Illuminator brings and draws the eye in. So just remember that. So don't put it, if you have a pimple somewhere over here, don't put it there because it's going to accentuate it. Okay. We want to look classy and elegant. We don't want to accentuate things that we don't want to see. So I like to travel it on my cheekbone. Sometimes you'll see me drag it down into my blush, but depending on your face, you want to pay close attention to your face. What's going on? Do you have a blemish there? Do you have a raised pimple that's underneath there? You don't want to put it there. Do you have sunk in hollow eyes? You want to work around that part. You don't want to put it on top of that because it's going to accentuate it. But you see how we just applied a little bit? And I applied it here and I just tap it out. I have the most success with this. I've used different illuminators. Powder illuminators just, I feel like a unicorn when I put it on, and I feel like I put too much on and I don't like it. The liquids dry down too fast, and if you put too much on, you're gonna know. And then it dries down, and then sometimes it's just a hot mess. It just doesn't work out. This, every time, because it's cream and it's very forgiving. So I don't, if you have sunk in eyes, you don't want to go in this way where your eyes are like kind of sunk in, okay? You want to stay on the highest point of the bone, kind of right in here, and then you would just tap and apply it. See how I'm just tapping in one direction? Once you get it where you want it, then you need to blend around it. So you're going to have to go down into the blush a little bit, blend around it, and don't be afraid to get up in the eye, like right under the eye. And then blend it up into the temple. So you never just want to blend in one direction. Get it in the direction you want it to go to create lift, but then you have to blend going around it. Okay? I'm going to link everything. Don't worry. Everything's going to be linked in the description. I'm going to go ahead and post the recreate of this look too, so you guys will have all of that. I'll make sure it's in my highlight bubble for lookbook on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do follow me on Instagram. Okay. All right. So this is the look. I love it. So this was like the inspiration of this little holiday collection right here with Sadie, Cranberry, and then Dream. This one's right here. I love this. And all I have on my lips right now is Sadie is in the middle, and then my contour as my lip liner. That's all that's on my lips. Sadie is really beautiful. If you try to put her on your cheeks, don't get mad that it's not going to show up. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to be just like a little bit of wash of color. But what we're learning, remember, we mix and match everything with our all-in-one custom palette, like everything. You mix and match your blushes too. So when you have things that are too light, you need something more pigmented to go with it, and you're just going to mix it with a deeper blush like we did today. Okay, so we're going to end up taking this off because we have some other things that we have to try on as far as like the lips go. I know a lot of y'all were like really excited about the lipstick that came out before, and we love a good lipstick in our purse. So now we have these two lipsticks, and we have it in our holiday shades. The holiday shades, I'm just going to tell you what they are. It's in Black Cherry and Ever Red. So these are like part of the diamond collection for the lip and cheek color. So I'm excited. I have not used them, and I don't know I know what they're going to look like, but I don't know how the finish is of them, okay? I heard the finish of them is different than the actual lip and cheek. So if you don't know, Ever Red is one of the colors. It's a staple color that comes out every holiday. It always sells out, and it comes out in a lip and cheek like this that you can make a part of your custom palette. Black cherry is always there. It's a staple one that always is there. But now these ones are part of a lipstick. So we're going to see. Oh, let's see. Oh, and this is dyed. This has like the little sparkles. This is all the sparkles. I don't know if you can see that. Y'all, are you ready? I'm ready. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna try this on. This is like all the fun stuff. So we still have the other one that we're gonna do. This is black cherry. We're gonna do black cherry next. This one is Ever Red, and then we still have the advent calendar for eyeshadows. I'm gonna swatch those for you, and then the brushes. Okay, so I'm excited. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this off, and then that was really pretty. Okay, so we're about to find out how well or how you can see that a lipstick can change like a whole makeup look. Okay. All right. So with this one, this is Ever Red. I think I'm gonna swatch it on my hand so you can see it. And let's see. Yeah, that's what she looks like. You can see it. So she is red, red, red. She's red. And we're gonna put her on. I'm gonna twist her down. I have like the worst luck with lipsticks. I don't care what brand it is. I always break it right in the tube every single time. I'm like, break it off. Okay. Ooh. I'm just going to put it on so you can see what it looks like. And then I'll show you how I would wear it, how I would put it on. So this is Ever Red. It's the same shade as a lip and cheek. Oh, yeah. So I think Ever Red is more glossy than this. This is going to last longer. I can tell. This is going to last longer on the lips than the actual lip and cheek. So they did good when they created this lipstick. Okay, so what we think of Ever Red. And she's not too red where she's like too scary for some of y'all. Okay. I think this is like a really pretty red that pretty much everybody could wear. I'm going to take my contour and then I'm going to line my lips. You can line it before or you can line it after. It's up to you. It just gives a little bit more like shape and definition to the lips when you're using some type of round lip liner, whether it's a contour or a bronzer or a lip pencil. One of the lip pencils, will even change the color of it. So this is what Ever Red looks like. That is in the lipstick. Remember, these come out on the 18th. Okay, I'll put everything in the description. She's cute. Okay. And then let's see what black cherry. Now, when you see it, I know some of y'all are going to be like, nobody ever believes me about how pretty black cherry is. I did it. I used black cherry, the lip and cheek color in the palette in a makeup look last week, I believe. And it was really pretty. And nobody ever believes, because on the screen it looks scary. Like it looks like it's, oh, that's way too dark. It is the prettiest color. And remember, it's a gloss finish, so it's very light. It's not, it's pigmented, but it's a gloss. So when you put it on, it's kind of like Sadie. It's like, oh, that is safe. Okay. So this is in the lipstick form. Oh my God. There it is. Okay. We're going to put it on. Don't be scared. Let's see. Let me dry my lips because I just licked them. Okay. Let me do this. And just kind of go around it. That way I don't have like too much of ever red on it. Okay, I'm going to just put it on so you can see. See what I mean? See how pretty she is? And y'all are scared because you think it's gonna, it looks like Spellbound, right? It looks like Spellbound. This is the color like Spellbound. Literally, when you looked at Spellbound, this is what it looked like. When you put it on, that is what it looked like. And I loved it. But half of y'all will be like, I'm scared. Don't be scared. It's pretty. I'm gonna put it on light. Even if you put it on heavier, it's still gonna be light. It's still like, look how pretty she is. You're like, oh wow, oh wow, she's cute. Okay, all right. So when I say your color match, one of your color match lip and cheek colors is black cherry, which everybody can wear black cherry. I don't care what color you are. Everybody can wear black cherry. Everybody and their mom. Look at it. She's just so pretty. Okay. So that's what black cherry looks like. And you know what I want to do? I want to take Sadie and put a little bit on top. Okay. Here we go. So remember Sadie? Remember this one that comes in this little holiday collection? I'm gonna put a little bit of her as a gloss on top. Ooh. Ah. That is pretty. And then I'm going to lightly line my lips with my contour. I'm going to use a little bit of contour and a little bit of the High Tide bronzer. Because I don't want it to be too dark. I just want it to be like just a little bit of a lined lip. Look how pretty that is. Be like, oh. Be like, oh, she didn't come to play today. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay. All right. So what do we think? Do we love this color? I love this one. I'm glad this isn't a lipstick. So this is black cherry in a lipstick. This is what it looks like. I mixed it with Sadie, but I love this one. I love both of them. But Everred, I can see using like Everred on top. Like if I do a very matte lipstick, like a really bold matte lip, and then put a little bit of Everred on the top, it's going to be so good. Both of them are really pretty, but I love black cherry because it matches my eyeshadow. Like it matches like the whole makeup look. Okay. All right. Next, going in with more of the holidays, we have a travel brush set. Sorry, I had like my hands. Oh no. I have no excuses. They weren't greasy or oily. It's just natural hand oil, I guess. But this is the travel brush set. I'm going to say this is the third travel brush set. I've said this before. We've had one before. I should have actually got it out, but we had one before and it was a little while ago. And that was the first one that sold out. And then the next one was the pilot brush that came out. This is the brush that's the 4-in-1. So that's like 4 brushes in one, right? Now this is I'm going to say the third travel set. So this one is a staple piece. This is always going to be there. This new one is the holiday collection one. So once this launches on the 18th and it sells out, that's it. You can't get it no more. Ready? And we're going to use it. I'm going to show you. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see what's in this bad boy. Okay. So we have a mascara wand in here. I can get it out. Okay. Mascara wand. It's little, it's tiny. So if you have like little, if your eyelashes are clumpy, okay, you can go ahead and do that. Brush your eyebrows up with them if your eyebrows aren't fake like mine. Okay. Or if you get mascara down here or somewhere on your face, let it dry down. Okay. And then you can lightly go ahead and just scrape it off without messing up your makeup. Okay. So the 3 ways to go ahead and use a mascara wand. And in this case, it's the travel set. That's how you do it. All right. That's that one. I'm going to put that back in our little case here. And then we have the big one. So they said that this was very soft. It is soft. It is. It's really soft. Okay, I'm going to go ham. I'm going to grab some bronzer. Okay, so this is my bronzer. I'll be excited to use it with the Glow Illuminator if I use like for no makeup and use it as my base. Ooh, look at that. It picked it up like really nice. That's a lot, kind of. Okay, we're just going to try it and see what happens. It gets it on there. Oh, yeah. It's nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, it gets it. Oh, yeah. That like does it in 10 seconds flat. Oh, yes. And you know why? I think because it picks it up better. It picks it up. It's a little bit, it's like the perfect density. It's almost like the blush and bronzer brush, the smaller side. That's what it feels like. So if you have the blush and bronzer brush that looks like this, right? The smaller side, not the big fluffy side. This one's dense, but I think this is a little bit more denser, so it does go ahead and pick up, but it picks up and kind of disperses and blends it out real nice. So, ooh, yeah, that's nice. It feels good. I'll be excited to go ahead and see and actually use it when I go ahead and do no makeup or use my glow illuminator as my base. Okay, so let me know in the comments if you want me to record that and so you can see how that actually works. Okay, so that is this. I like that a lot. I wonder if I put it, I'm not going to do it today. Use it to put on blush with and be like, no. Okay, so we have 2 more brushes. These are the size of the brushes, okay? And I like this one because it is like an angle. You can use them both for eyeshadow. You can use it to clean up your eyes with, okay? So I'm liking that. But this angled one, nose contouring. I've been wanting a brush, I'm still waiting on a brush that is like a full-size brush like this that has this angle like that for the eyes or, or a smaller one. Okay, so I want to see, let's see what this does. I'm going to pick up a little bit of contour. I'm just going to keep putting makeup on my face. Oh my, yeah. Yes, this is the angle brush I've been wanting for a long time. I've been wanting this for a long time. Okay. And it's just like, I love this angle of a brush. It's just, this is why. Did you see what happened? Let me show you on this side. Okay, so when I'm telling you guys to put on your contour to your nose, to your eye, and follow like your occipital bone, right, to your eye. Do you see this? This makes me happy. You guys, this is the brush. Listen. Listen. Listen, this is the brush. Okay. You're not going to leave it there like that. But you'll, like when I'm telling, do your nose contour, and this is what I'm doing when I'm putting it on, but I'm using like the bright brush to do it. But you see when I'm saying like brushes do matter, size of brushes matter. This is why. Like this one is like of an angle. The angle of this brush is just like perfect. And I really wish they would have done this type of brush inside of the pilot brush. That would have been like ideal. Okay, then we're going to blend it out. Mind you, I do have setting powder and what else do I have on my face? Setting powder and setting spray on. So, and then I can go in the middle. Oh, this is like, you guys, it's like, it's the perfect brush to do your nose contouring with, only because it just like, it glides. You'll know what I'm talking about. Just make sure you put this on the list. You want to get this when it launches on the 18th, because this little brush right here, and you can just follow it, go underneath the eye. I'm like, good Lord. I'm like, where? Look at that. Look how just nice it just like, it just makes it. And it's not because you're just really good at makeup. That is not it. It's not just that. Trust me. It is the angle of the brush, because when you're using this brush, this is what's happening. It's just, you see how that's just like, it's just, now, this is what I'm saying. The pilot brush, I love the pilot brush, but it would have made more sense with this pilot brush, because this is the 4-in-1. I love this little side right here. I love this little side of the pilot brush. I love it. I love the outsides. Both of the outsides of the pilot brush. Perfect. Okay? My sucker's really on here. But this side, it's not that I don't like it. I'm like, oh, it's fine. It's purpose. Yes, its purpose is to be fluffy and to blend out for, eyeshadow. Great. But it would have made so much more sense to have this angled brush inside of this pilot brush. Do y'all agree with me or not? Let me know in the comments, because that's what I'm saying. It makes more sense to have that kind of angled brush. And that with this one, that's already a part of the pilot brush. Oh my God. It just, it makes nose contouring. Just look at this. I'm like, so this is the little brush set. I will clean it. And then you have the other one. Let me show you what to do with this. So I would take this one, and of course you can do eyeshadow with it. But remember when I was talking about like cleanup and stuff for your eyes? You can clean up with it around the eyeshadow and underneath. It's dense enough to be able to just go ahead and kind of sweep the color. Like I'm just taking a little bit of my brightening highlight, barely even tapping into this palette, and then to clean up under the brow bone, because for me, I'm not one that likes to do a lot of, like, I don't do a lot of the sculpting of the eyes and that kind of thing. But this is nice. This feels really nice. It picks up enough, and it's dense enough yet fluffy enough to go ahead and just kind of dust it on. You see how that just kind of like clean that up? So I'm telling you, right, remember, this is the new travel holiday brush set that is out on November the 18th. These are not going to last long. I can tell you right now, because this is like carefully placed and put together. The bigger one I'm going to play with a little bit more just to see. Oh, I know I can use it for a blush and like a bronzer. I'm going to try it with blush. Obviously with the base, I'm just going to do crazy stuff with this, but it does pick up really well, and it blends it out, and it makes things really soft. So I love it. I love this. This whole little set, Yes. If you don't get it, I don't know what you're doing because that one, I do love that. Okay, Advent calendar time. The time that you've been waiting for. So this is the Advent calendar. And these have all of the new like Advent calendar eyeshadow shades in them. So I have not looked at these. I do not know what they're going to look like or any of that. We're going to swatch them. However, with this Advent calendar, I wish there was a way for me to do it without breaking the seal. Let me see. I'm like taking it apart. Maybe. Let's see. No, it's not. Okay, see, look, I then took it out. I'm going to have to open them. Okay. So, with the Advent calendar, though, these eyeshadows, these are like all the holiday eyeshadows. So, these ones were carefully selected so that they all, like, different combination ones can work together. So, they weren't just picked, like, random, oh, they're all iced out, they're all this. No, because when you do that, it's hard to combine them together. So, they were carefully selected to make sure that you can mix and match and make different eyeshadow combos with them. So we're going to start opening these. I'm not going to do an eyeshadow look. I'm just going to open them and swatch them so you can see. Okay, so the little tab is here. And then you just lift up and then you can get the eyeshadow out. Okay, so when they come, this one is Silver Screen. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, let me see. It's like a gray blue color. Silver Screen. Okay. And I'm going to swatch them. So that way, let me swatch it on the other side. That way y'all can actually see it because I think my tattoo gets in the way. Okay. So that's what that looks like. And it's kind of like a blue. It's like a blue-gray. It's almost like a navy blue. This one's pretty. I like it. You'll have to tell me which ones you like. Okay, so this is Silver Screen. I'm going to put them in upside down. Next, we're going to go and pop these open. Let's see. Sparkling Cider. And they feel really nice. Oh, that's pretty. Let's see. Yeah, she's pretty. We'll see. Sparkling Cider. I like this one. I can tell I'm going to like this one. Let me wipe off my finger fully from the other one. Okay, Sparkling Cider. They feel like they're powder eyeshadows, okay? But they feel really nice. So, Sparkling Cider. She's pretty. She's like a champagne silver. You see that? Ooh, yeah. We're gonna play. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna put this on right now because I didn't put anything in my inner corner. For this makeup look, you can. You don't have to. I didn't plan on doing that, but I do want to take this. So this is Sparkling Cider. I'm gonna take Sparkling Cider, and I want to see how she does on the inner corner. Because she's just that type of color. So I'm putting her on the inner corner and then blending her into Cranberry. Oh, Lord, she is pigmented. Oh, yeah. That's what she looks like. So she has a little bit of, she's pretty. Ooh. Let me do the other side so I don't look crazy. Sparkling Cider, everybody. So inner corner, and then I dragged her into Cranberry. She'll be really pretty when you do like no makeup looks and just have like a wash of color on. She'll be really pretty for that. Mm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She is, yeah. She's all the sparkles. She is all the sparkles. Okay, so that is Sparkling Cider. So that's what she looks like. It's this one. She's like a silver champagne color, I think. She's pretty. I like her too. I think she's cute. Okay. This is Sunday. Sunday, Sunday. Let's see what she looks like. I think she's matte, right? Yep, she is definitely matte. Okay, so, oh wow. But she picks up, she picks up like a pigment, that's for sure. Okay, so we're going in. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is so good. Why would you want this? Right? You're probably like, yeah, I can't wear that because it'll be like chalk on me. But, oh, she feels so good. Oh my gosh, she feels so good. Okay, so why would you want this color? If you are trying to do an eyeshadow look that requires you to really have a clean base that's more so that your colors really like show up, or you want something just to wash on your eyelids after you put on like a cream base, and then you put this on top of it and just like do like a little fluffy brush and wash a color, this would be so good. And we're going to try. I'm going to do it this week. But it feels amazing. So the finish of this, when you put it on, you'll see what I'm talking about when you get the advent calendar. But it's so smooth and soft. When you put other eyeshadows on top of it, they're going to be nice. They're going to be bold. They're going to show up because of the type of color it is. And it's like a chalk white. It's like a hint of gray, a little bit, not a lot, but it's so smooth. Your colors, your other eyeshadow colors on top of this is going to be so smooth when it goes on. Sunday, girl, it's cute. I can't wait. I can't wait to play with that one. I'm excited about that. I know y'all are like, what's wrong with her? Trust me. Trust me. Just trust what I say. That right there, yeah, for sure. Okay, copper. Yes, don't disappoint. It better because all the other oranges are gone. Let's see. Oh no. Oh no. Are you stuck? Hold on, y'all. I can't get it. Okay. Oh no. Okay, it's a real copper. There we go. It's not orange at all. There is an orange one. Oh, she kind of looks like cranberry, doesn't she? So, yay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. You guys, I'm gonna just put this on my eyeball. Oh, mm, yep. She's like Cranberry's big sister. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. This is like the grown and sexy advent calendar. Okay. So let me swatch it because I know you're like, you got me. Look at that. It's like cranberry and You Complete Me had a baby. She's pretty. Yes. Okay. I like that. Let me show you what I'm talking about when it comes to Sunday. I'm going to show you. Remember Sunday? Listen. Listen. We're going to just put Sunday on. Look, she's like covering up my tattoos. Put Sunday on. And then when you put your eyeshadow on top of Sunday, this is what I'm saying that Sunday, what Sunday does. She's just gonna, it's doing it. She glides on so pretty. Like Sunday's gonna help your eyeshadows not look patchy. Look at that. And look how it's like, dang, it covered up my tattoo. You see that? My goodness. Okay. Now do y'all believe me about Sunday? That was like really good. And yes, I'm in love with copper. It's pretty. This is, oh, it's like, I can't wait to make a new makeup palette. Let me wipe this off because I'll get it all over my outfit. Okay, I'm gonna spray to wipe it off. Okay, now do you believe me? Now do you believe me? All right, next. Okay, the next color in the Advent calendar. Let's see. Clementine. Clementine. Feline, meline. Yes, ma'am. Y'all see this? She's like orange. Girl. Girl. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my goodness. Are y'all watching this? Are you ready? These are gonna be like all down my arm. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm not even gonna look. Ah, yes. Oh my goodness. She's she's beautiful. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Yes. Okay. This is Clementine. I like Clementine. Do y'all like it? You have to tell me because I love that color. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Okay. The next color is Chantilly lace. Chantilly lace. Let's see. I think my hands are like slippery. That's why I can't get them on. Okay, so this is another one that's like it's a white base. Let's see. It's kind of like Sunday. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. It is more white though. Okay. So this is a good, again, a good kind of base. After you put on like use your cream makeup, whether it's you're using a highlight or whatever, put that on and then dust this on top. But you see how Sunday, which is right here, Sunday is like, it seems like it's lighter. That's why I was saying it has like a hint of gray in it. And this one has more white. So this one is Chantilly lace and it has more, it's like more of a chalk white. But that's how would I use this? I would use it on top of when I put my base on. So I put my cream base on and then I use it on top. That's what I would do with it. Okay. All right, that's that one. Let's go ahead to the next one. Let me see. Okay. The next color. Ooh, Swan Song. Okay. Swan Song. And she's sparkly. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. She's sparkly though. She kind of looks like unicorn, which I do. Oh my good Lord. Jesus. You see that? Woof! Lord. I'm like running out of arm space. Okay, I'm gonna put her right here and swatch. Oh wow. Wow, 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 wow. So she is a lot of, she's very sparkly, that's for sure. Okay. And then next, let's see the next one. I'm gonna put my hair behind because I'm starting to sweat. It's hot in here. Okay. And then Juliet. So this is Juliet is the next one that we're going to do. It looks like this. Oh, she's plummy. She's kind of like a plum pink, kind of. So let's see. Let's see. I pick her up. And she has a little bit of like, I don't want to, a little bit of sparkle, not a glitter, like a little bit of sparkle in it, but she's kind of a matte a little bit. So I'm going to put her, I guess I'm going to put her right here so we can see. And then she's very kind of light. She's like a light purplish kind of a little bit. I think she'll be really nice. She's a nice little compliment. And I can't wait now that I'm swatching them to like mix and match some of these colors. Okay, let me put this one back. This one was Juliet. Yeah, I can see why that's called Juliet. I like that. Okay. Next, In the Advent Calendar, we have Ruffle. And, oh, well, I guess Ruffle and Juliet are going to go together. This is really pretty. Ugh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. Look at her. Mm, mm. Okay. Let's see. Let's put her down here. Oh, wow. She looks like Huckleberry a little bit. She's pretty though. Okay. So, I mean, she's very pigmented. She comes out like that. She's kind of like a Huckleberry, but she looks like very purpley, but it comes out kind of a pink. Do y'all see that? Comes out like a little bit of a pink color. I like that. But let me spray my finger because my finger is kind of stained. There we go. Okay, see it comes off. All right. So this one, what was it? Ruffle? Ruffle. Ruffle. So that's Ruffle. This one down here. Okay, and then next, let's see. This one is Ribbon. 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 Okay, that's what she looks like. I don't know. She looks like she has a little bit of like purple in it, but she's very like iridescent. I can see how this one would go with some of the other ones, like especially with Juliet. I'm gonna put her up here and see. Okay, so she's not purpley at all. She looks like she's going to be, but she's like more silver, but she is pretty with that top one. I like that. Okay. But she looks like when you put her on top, I think she's going to change colors because when you do look at it, it looks like it's going to be kind of purpley. Let me see something. And it does have purple in it. I don't think you can see it on the screen, but this does have like the plum purple. And this is Ribbon. She's really pretty. I don't think that the screen is going to do it any justice, but it's like really, really super pretty. So that's Ribbon. We have two more. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. This is Whisper. Whisper. Okay. And Whisper she's another little light one. Okay. Let's see. I'm like, okay, guys. All right. So we have Whisper again. It's like in a chalky form. I'm just going to put it on the side of my hand right here. And it's like a white one. It almost looks kind of gray to me. Whisper does. But I bet you any money. What was that? Ruffle. Let me take Ruffle and try to put it on top because these were meant to go ahead and like blend and be able to put on top. So this was it right here on the side. And put it on top. Oh yeah. Oh, it's like stuck on my finger. Well, I think my finger's wet. What was that? Whisper, whisper. Yeah, because when you put it on top, it just makes it. Actually, it made that one look a lot softer than it is when I put it on. Okay, last one. Last one. Okay, I'm gonna say probably 9 out of the 12 right now. I like. Okay, Rocky. This is Rocky. Ooh, she's like a slate. It looks like a slate gray color. That's pretty. Okay. So there she is. She's like a really pretty slate gray. Look, I'm like looking at my arm. Where am I gonna put it? I'm gonna put it at the top. Let me do this. Put my finger down first. And go across the top. So she's very smooth too when she goes on. So this is more of like it's a gray color. It is a slate gray. So I can see wearing like this first top one here with that one. You have this one here You can mix with like this one and that one. These, the ones that are like chalky white are like bases that you can go ahead and use. But these are the Advent Calendar shadows. So I'm gonna say 9 out of 12. It's a 9 out of 12 for me. I like the colors, which is that's pretty good. The colors, because I'm in love with all obviously the ones that are like kind of really bright and show up better. But then I can understand definitely with the ones that kind of look white or like grayish, like a gray white, they work like kind of like as a base or to like blend out your eyeshadows and stuff like that. So that is the Advent calendar. That is all 12 of them. Let me know which colors that you did like, which ones you didn't. Whisper is very pretty. It is pretty. Um, and then I'm gonna post everything. I am gonna do looks with them. I'll probably do one. I'm gonna do one tonight, actually. I'm gonna record one tonight. I just want to be able to see. So I'm gonna do a makeup look tonight. I'll probably post it tomorrow. I'll post this live, so then that way you guys have that too. But these are the colors of the Advent calendar, and also the travel brush set. This probably this is like my favorite. Only because it's like the brushes. I love that. I like it. And then the lipsticks, love the lipsticks and the colors. They feel different than the lip and cheek colors, and that is a good thing because these are going to last longer than those because those ones were glossy finish and the glossy finish lip and cheek they are very kind of sheer. So these ones have a little bit more pigment and they're a little bit less sheer. So I do love these as well. I'm like, what am I missing? The palette I'll bring back and show you that when it gets here because mine did not come. But it's like this really pretty, like maroonish, plummy, huckleberry color palette. Very grown, very pretty. I think you guys will like it. I did post about it already, but I'll make sure I have everything for you in the description. And then this little holiday gift set I'm in love with that has Sadie in it, along with Cranberry and then Dream. And Dream was a limited edition color. Okay. Very pretty color. This Sadie, I have a little bit of Sadie on now with the black cherry lipstick, but the lip combo that I originally did before demoing the lipsticks, it was so good. Okay. So Sadie is a really pretty lip combination that you can go and wear. And then the little case like this, I love this. So even if you like get it and you take the eyeshadows out and put them in your bigger palette and you like Sadie so much that you just want to keep it in your purse, this is how you can keep it in your purse. And then just have like a little lip brush and then you can put either your bronzer or your contour in next to it where the eyeshadows are here. And then you can carry your lip combo like this in your purse with you. And you can just apply it with your fingers, that too. That is it. I love it. Let me know what you guys love. And if you need a custom color match, just go ahead and comment match on any of the videos and I will go ahead and get you all set up.